You seem like
No, stop.
No.
Are you ready or what? We doing this?
You seem so nervous.
Shut up. All right.
It's okay.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome, guys. This is the You Are Here podcast. My name's Mike.
And my name's Dave.
Guys, first episode. Killed it.
Killed it.
Guys, honestly, thanks so much for listening to the first one. Honestly, we just had good words from on my side.
Yeah.
I've just been getting good responses, man.
Me too.
And I can't be thankful enough, man. It's great.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool to like be able to just talk to you the way we always talk.
Yeah.
But to also now share it with people who like want to be a part of a conversation.
And most of the people that like, even just like closer, like family and friends were like, honestly, like I didn't expect it to be like that entertaining, but like everyone's complimenting like our chemistry and the way we just let it all out.
Yeah.
And don't really hold back, which
I
don't know. It's cool to hear because honestly, that's not the way I am like personally.
I know, man.
It's awesome. I love it.
But I think that's like the cool part about like when you let yourself open up to another person that like, because like you said before, like you tend to be more reserved around people initially.
Yeah.
You're more safe than I am. I'm more like, hey, tell me about yourself. What's going on? And it's cool that like you opened up to me in a way that like now, well, even previously we've been having like really cool conversations and helping each other a lot. And we have like a solid friendship. But now this like fucking
I don't know
podcast, now people can be a part of that conversation if they want to, you know?
Yeah.
You feel less alone. My cousin, I was talking to him about this.
It's funny because a lot of people that they know me, but I haven't like talked to them as much.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people, the lurkers on Instagram and stuff.
Oh.
And like a couple people messaged me and that I haven't seen in a while. And they're like, I never knew like you guys were so, or like you were like this or like, into this stuff and stuff. And I don't know. It's dope. I love it. It's so cool.
I love it too, man. Yeah. But thank you guys for like,
for sure,
actually being a part of the conversation and responding and asking questions that you want to discuss. And like,
that's kind of like the whole point of what we want to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, just opening up the conversation. Well, my guy right here, welcome back.
He's back in town,
Why don't you tell what you were doing? If you want. I don't know if you want to share or not.
No, man. I just I did a play in Italy, in Rome, for a festival out there, and it was a play that I had a run of in New York, and this was like the second run in Rome. It was my first time in Europe.
Homeland, dude.
The homeland.
You're Italian.
Took it back to the homeland, and it was, honest to God, it was, I think 12 days I was there total. It's the most all over the place experience I've ever been through in my entire life. Like it was like incredible highs, incredible lows. The things I've seen, like this, like I literally be like doing a show one day, and I'm like, this is crazy because I'm in a theater in Italy, doing a performance to this Italian like audience. And then, like, there's ancient ruins under the stage. Like, it's insane.
It's like,
and then the next day, I'm at the Sistine Chapel, like, just...
You know what's crazy? The history. The history of Europe is so different from here. It's from America, dude. It's so different. That's why I encourage everyone, you got to get out of here, man. You have to one time, like, a couple days, dude. I take trips a lot that are just, like, either, like, weekend trips or just week trips. Like, you got to do it. It helps, dude. It helps.
I didn't realize. I didn't I'm usually like I'm good here. Like I can just be here and I'll just get my stuff done.
That's how a lot of people are.
I'm not about. I didn't have that like wanderlust to like go travel, and I don't know why. I just never had it.
And once you do it,
bro, I feel like I've experienced more than I ever have in my entire life in 12 days.
Yeah,
and like
it's like a burst.
And it's also like you start to figure out who you are.
It's overwhelming.
Oh, 100.
It's crazy.
I couldn't catch up. I couldn't catch up to like the things
and you're trying so hard to like experience everything.
Yeah.
You're like, because you're like, oh my God, I got to grab everything I can.
I'm standing in front of the statue of David. I'm like, this is jaw dropping, man. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Michelangelo carved this. This is insane. Man. And you don't get the full thing until like later. Like I come home and I'm like,
you reflect on it.
That inspired me so much.
Yep.
I can't wait to pick up and like do the things now that I want to do. I feel like I've grown as an actor and like as a human.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was a great
What's
trip.
like can you think of like one thing that you like really took away?
Oh,
Maybe like something like that maybe let's say in your like performance or something that
yeah.
aided in like a specific aspect.
There was.
Because
You know what it was? I'll say this. I'm I'm still like an infant in like getting jobs and like doing the craft the way I'm still trying to figure out my way of like bringing my heart to this story every time, and not hurting myself in the process. And so in New York, when I had that month-long run, I had a hard time being healthy and giving the audience a piece of me every night in the story. I'd show up to the theater like 5 hours early. I wasn't eating. I lost like 20 pounds for the role. Like, and I was doing it because I believed like,
Bale shit.
well, dude, but I'm doing it because I believe like this is going to help influence me truly to tell the story in a real way, the way that I think, I believe that it should be told. And it did help, and it did hurt. Like I was really unhealthy. I got really sick.
A lot of pasta.
Yeah. That was. Sorry, I'm gonna turn this off. But yeah, in New York, I had a hard time figuring that out. And in Italy, like I get off the plane, we get to our Airbnb, we literally walk around Rome, and it's like the crazy experience. The next day, before I know it, I'm at the theater, and I don't have 5 hours to prepare.
Yeah.
I don't have 5 hours to like.
I can't imagine. Oh, like
in Italy.
Another thing is because you've been doing, shows and stuff. Yeah. And going to theaters here, but like when you're somewhere else like that, where you're like it's unknown.
It's foreign territory.
Like how did that feel walking in there,
dude? I was very nervous and scared, but also like I was relaxed to find out that like
that's amazing.
The stuff I worked on.
Yeah.
It'll come. Like I have more faith in my craft. Like the reason I show up 5 hours early and the reason I like do everything I'm so meticulous with everything is because I'm afraid.
Yeah. You want to get it fucking right.
I care so much and I'm afraid. I don't want to fuck it up for anybody.
And this was like a chance to. You don't have that time. And it's like it's basically like a test.
Yeah. It's like, exactly.
Is this what you've been practicing this?
Yeah. So I was out of my comfort zone completely in a foreign country with people, that a new audience that like they laugh at things that American audiences don't. And
really?
They're shocked by things that American audiences aren't. It's a different culture. But they were so great. They loved the show, and I had like a full mental breakdown in the last show. I think because it was like closing the chapter. Yeah. And so like I always have a hard time with like goodbyes and like finish the end of things. I
mean, you get to know a crew.
Yeah.
You're like
it was
spending
a lot
every day.
Yeah. So at the end of the show, I'm in they clap first and we have to do our bows, and it's the first time I've ever experienced like I'm in the back and I'm trying to like just breathe and stop crying and like collect my thoughts, and they're like, you got to go back out. Everyone's got to go back out because they're still clapping.
Really?
They loved the show so much, man.
That's amazing.
They were actually moved. And it was cool, man. I told myself, like, if we do it for one person to be moved in Italy who's going through a hard time or can relate in some way, we did our job. Like, I did my job, and that's it. And, like, to see a room full of people in a foreign country through storytelling, like, be moved, dude. It just, like... It gave me a lot of faith, in what we're doing.
It's crazy when you think of you affected like essentially it's like people like it's like globally now.
It's weird.
It's in two different areas of the world.
Yeah,
two different audiences that can feel the same story.
Yeah,
and get different emotions out of it.
Yeah,
that's fucking beautiful, man.
It's
like, congratulations, man.
Thanks, dude.
It's awesome.
I appreciate it, man.
It is so. Oh my god, I gotta tell the viewers and listeners, dude. Like it was so hard not to ask you about stuff because we started doing the podcast and stuff. Like I wanted to ask you about like every single thing, and I'm not hearing it till right now, dude. I was so scared, bro.
Were you consciously doing that? Because
I honestly was like, I was thinking, I don't want to talk about it because I want to experience it on the podcast because I feel like the legit response, like the legit reaction is a lot better.
I know because I noticed.
It feels weird, man.
I know, man. It is so weird because I noticed like while I was there. Because we usually message every day, just like just anything, bullshit, whatever. But like you were messaging me much less, and I was also like, I didn't even know where I was half the time. Like I was just up and moving. So I was maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm not reaching out enough. And like,
no.
But it was fun. That's funny.
No, I was
because I wasn't thinking about it. But then we talked about it today just before.
Yeah.
Like, let's not bring up anything.
Yeah. When I got here, he's like, don't talk to me. We're not talking. We're not talking until we turn on the camera and we turn on the mics.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, man.
It's been 2 weeks, dude. And I've got so much to talk about with you.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, you know what? I want to start with how about we start with some from last week?
Yeah.
So we put a poll on Instagram.
Yes.
If you guys if you're not following already, then You Are Here podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we are uploading to YouTube right now. So we got the visual on YouTube and the audio. I'm working on getting it on Spotify,
right,
Google Podcasts, and Apple Music. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that could be next episode. But so last week, basically I asked about there was one segment in the podcast we were talking about settling down and like kind of going after the struggle and the hustle. And I got a lot of people to answer like the poll, and the poll, like it was like 90% to 10% was instead of settling down, like hustling and going for the grind, going for the passion and the dream. And like one thing that's beautiful to like, you know, just like the majority of people, at least in my circle and even just other people that I don't normally talk to, are going down that path too. But yeah, so I got one response from a close friend. He does I think I talked about him. I don't know if I did or not, but it doesn't matter. So what he said was he wanted to add that so the difference was having like you settle down after, you know, some time of like you're just working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You're not really fulfilling like what you want, and like we're like seeing if it's worth it to go after the passion instead of like doing that settle down 9 to 5. And what he was thinking is like, so instead of thinking of it like that, you kind of flip it, and it's like the hustle and like the 9 to 5 is like, it is kind of the grind.
Yeah.
But like maybe the reward at the end of it is settling down.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, and I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad.
What did he write? What was the exact like thing he said?
He said, to add to this, I feel like I'm grinding and want to continue, but there's no end goal. Settling down feels like the reward for grinding, but if I don't want that, what am I grinding towards?
Yeah.
So that's also a sense of like being a little bit lost too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which I feel like everyone is, man. And it's hard to like, we obviously don't have the fucking answer. We definitely don't.
Bro.
But
you just said the magic word.
Yeah.
Answer. What the hardest thing I think to do is to be okay not knowing.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's something you just gotta accept,
dude.
And that's the hardest thing to accept.
That is, and I respect that totally. I feel like your friend is in like a place where his vision, the thing that is meaningful to him, and that makes him grind, is that idea of like, I want a family, I want to have my own place, I want to have that. That is, I want to. My purpose is to continue. Like to continue a family.
And one thing too is like he's also stuck though, because I know as a person I know him, he's also kind of like us too, where he has that like the other passion and like other thing he wants to do, but this is in front of him right now, and like the opportunity's there for like something really good. Yeah. You know, and it might be going in a different direction than that. Okay. Passion, and you know. Yeah. But there's time, dude. We all got time, bro. Honestly, when it comes down to it, it's so like cliche and shit, but like, you got time to do shit, man. Yeah. If you're working for a couple years you get a good opportunity. Sometimes you got to take that. And then down the line, you know, you'll find something else. Yeah, it's a long life, hopefully. And like, the thing I struggle with too is like, you have to enjoy this whole thing for what it is. It's confusing. There's no right answer. You know, you're going to be questioning yourself and your every step you make all the time. The hard thing is to like be present. Yeah. To enjoy this like time in your life where you're trying to figure out things. Yeah. The image you have, I'm sure, will not be exactly where you end up. Mm-hmm. You know, you try to put yourself in that position, but
life doesn't always like allow you to do that. Circumstances change, you know, and it's hard to plan, to work towards something, but to also enjoy the questions you're bringing up. Like, I don't have answers to what the next year will look like. I know where I hope it to be like. I hope certain things happen.
Yeah. The hardest thing is like when you think of end goal, it's like you can think of anything.
Yeah.
But I saw this one quote. Someone shared it on my Instagram. I forgot the exact thing, but it basically like separated from where you find your end. Like you think of an end goal, and then you bring it down to how to get there. And you break it down to like steps of like, let's say like 10 steps of like what the like the definite way, you know, like the very textbook way to get there. You know? Yeah. And then you think of like, all right, those are the steps, and maybe you can't be there right now, but like what can you do right now?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way to like break it down in a way. Yeah. So if you're doing those little things that are kind of going towards that direction. Yeah. I mean, eventually, if you keep to it, you're gonna get there.
Oh man,
you know.
I know, and also it has so much to do with emotion. Like, since we're human, because you wake up one day, and you know, you feel like shit. Let's say, and you don't have the drive to pick up and like do the little things that we're talking about that like will move you in the direction you need to go or want to go. Those feelings will come and go, right? They ebb and flow. They come through you. You live that experience with that emotion, and you make decisions with those emotions going on. You can try and shift them, but they're emotions. Yeah. And then some days you come like, dude, I feel so good. Yeah. Coming back from Italy, like I feel, I have this like headstrong thing where like when it was with the Rose Garden, like you know, nothing is going to stop me now from doing the next few things I want to do. Oh yeah. For let's say it lasts 3 months.
I mean, the thing with you is like you've been working so like you've been doing that like working towards it for so long, and like you've gone through a lot of like the tough times too already. Yeah. That like now you're making steps. Yeah. You know, you get to a point where you start making steps instead of like kind of like grinding, still learning everything. I mean, you never stop learning, but like you got, that's also an important thing is to realize that you're making the steps into that direction. You know what I mean? And like have definite like dude, you made the film, you did the play, you went to Rome and did the play. You know, it keeps going up. It's not going down.
Yeah, and dude, it's time. That's like time and like continuing to move forward. You don't, as long as you don't give up, you keep learning and like you take yourself serious with time. You're going to those steps are going to come.
There's no like no one's going to hand you shit.
No, man.
There's luck and hard work.
I don't believe. There's
luck and hard work,
dude.
And you better not be counting on no luck to come over. No. And like that's not going to work.
Because at the end of the day, and God bless everybody. I hope everyone has a beautiful, lucky experience that like they just get flung into the thing they love.
Yeah, dude.
But also like I hope that you're ready for that.
Yeah, because sometimes a lot of people aren't.
I feel like the time always shows, the experience always shows. So the people that have honed their craft and worked on it behind the scenes, they show up and you're like, wow, that, you know, who is that person? Why did nobody notice them? That's because they were busting their ass and they weren't nothing for a long time. And they figured it out. That took a lot of time and experience. And now we're only getting the chance to see them for like this moment. Yeah. And then, you know, the future's going to be what it's going to be. Yeah.
Everyone's got their own path, man. And, you know, good luck to everyone.
Yeah.
We're all on it.
Yeah.
We're all on it.
Yeah, man. I had a wild experience recently. Like literally, I got home from Italy 3 days ago or 2 days ago. And like he's good now. My pop's good now, but like he had a little issue, and so I stayed with him in the hospital. We had to go to the hospital last night and into today, and it is so weird to see like it's your parent, it's your pop, and the way you behave with each other is kind of like set in stone. You know, he's always been like the guy to tell me how things go. Yep. Solid as a rock, you know, like not wavering.
You guys saw him, last podcast.
and no, he just like he taught me how to be a man, right?
Yeah.
And his idea of man was like what he learned from his father, which was like,
For sure.
you don't cry,
Mm-hmm.
don't be scared.
Yep.
This is how we do things. And so to see him like kind of have a moment of like the roles were like reversed a bit,
Mm-hmm.
where it was just me and him, like everyone's gone now.
Yeah, dude.
And like it's the middle of the night, and like we're up talking like kids, you know, just because he's scared.
Yeah.
I never seen my father like scared about anything really. Yeah. So it was weird because it's his mortality. It's his life.
Oh yeah. I mean,
because I'm scared too.
Yeah.
I say it all the time about dying, and like I like this. I enjoy this. This is like beautiful to me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy to see my father also doesn't want to go anywhere and is scared. Mm-hmm. And when the doctor told him like, you know, what he's got to do, make lifestyle change, whatever, and what could happen, like it was just nuts to see him turn to me and say like, with like a tear in his eye, just say like, I'm scared. And I was like, that is the first time I've ever seen that. And to be telling him it's going to be okay, like we're going to get, this is life and we're going to figure it out. But it was wild, man. And I don't know. It just
there's something about it's like vulnerability that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
From like the same with my parents, with my dad too. It's like I work with my dad every day.
Yeah.
And like I see him all the time. He runs shit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's running around like there's like these dudes like yelling like from like other companies about like oh what the fuck is this blah 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 blah. And my dad's like, oh, what the fuck, you know? And he's about to like fight him or something. Yeah. I'm like what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like that persona that like you've just known your whole life. Especially even when they're like you're in trouble, you know, and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta be in check, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I always want to work towards that too. But then like there's moments in my life too where like I saw that shield go down. Yeah. You know, and when you see that, those are like the most important like moments. Oh. And I think those moments bring you even closer together every time.
Totally. And,
yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's wild, man, because we don't. It makes me so uncomfortable, but I'm so glad. Like I'm stepping. I love it. I'm stepping into that a bit. Yeah. Where like we're all headed in the same direction. Yep. Right. We're all headed in the same direction. It's a inevitability that this ends. I don't know what happens after. I hope something happens after, but I don't know. So to look at somebody in the face, somebody you love, and be like, that's the truth. Yeah. You see what I mean? Like it's very unsettling, but also like there's peace on the. I think if you do it instead of hiding it and like, we're good. I gotta play my day. I gotta do these things, and then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna do the same thing.
I think it's even scary if you're not talking. You know, and you're kind of just like
because then when you're by yourself, you're like, what do I do?
Or like if he's not cracking, you're like, just fucking open up something. I want to talk about something. You know?
I know.
Tell me something.
I know.
It's going to be our last words, you know what I mean?
Dude, and when you look at life that way, that's how I look at acting. That's how I look at a scene. Is like, this could be, as if it's I always say, it's as if it's the last time. Yeah. So it heightens things. Yep. If this is the last time I talk to you. That's a good way to
look at it.
This goes away. These go away. This is important. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That keeps you in check.
That's it, man. That's such a good question to pose to yourself once in a while. Like, if this was the last time, like, what are you going to do with it? Because it could be.
Yeah, dude. We could all just die right now.
Everyone listening to the podcast.
It's like getting off this.
Not to be like morbid or anything, but like, I don't know.
We had an emotional week, right?
Dude, an emotional roller coaster of a week, man. It taught me a lot. It really taught me a lot. I'm 28. I'm going to be 29. Huge life changes are happening. Yeah, and like, the older I get, the more I feel like I'm challenged. Like, you're going to see.
Oh, no. I don't want to see it.
Dude, I literally, like, I lay up in bed, I ask myself, like, I was so good at being young. You know what I mean? I like tell myself, I was so set for life being young. I felt so like I was built for this world as a young man. You know what I mean? For real. Like, I enjoy it so much.
I don't know what you mean.
You don't know what? Okay, so
I'm not 28.
Okay.
No, like, I kind of get it. I kind of get it, yeah.
Like, life as a kid and, like, as a young man.
Even when I think back to, like, high school or something, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, I was killing it. I was the captain.
Bro, the captain. Yeah. The goalie. No, but I'm saying
it's when you think back to those kinds of times though, where like, man, like, remember, like a lot of people like always reminisce about like older days, you know? That's a common thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very good at keeping myself like I'm been growing for so long, and like I'm better than I was before.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm always getting better.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to just like keep in check.
Yeah,
Instead of, because a lot of people think about the back in the day, and whether you're like more lonely now, or like you're not doing as much, or even if you're working a 9 to 5, someone's listening to this at work right now or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And they're like, man, they're doing this shit
dude,
and stuff.
that is so helpful.
But it's like you're still doing stuff, man.
Yes,
and
man.
like you're definitely in a different place than before.
100%.
Whether that's good or bad in your mind, it's change, man. And change, I think, is good.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. We have no choice but to grow, right?
You gotta keep moving.
Well, we don't have a choice. We're growing in a direction.
Yeah.
You have a choice to say, like, I'm going to grow in a healthy way, or I'm going to grow in a way that sets me back a bit, and the change isn't so good. Mm-hmm. Or there's no change.
Yeah.
But I think the thing you just hit on was really cool, because this kind of thing that we're doing, I think that's the reason I signed on, is because, you know, if I listen to somebody speak about anything, I feel less alone. Let's say, right?
Me too.
Just to be listening to a conversation, I feel less alone. But what really makes me like excited is like to laugh with people and to be a part of the conversation, but also like this kind of thing where it's like weird and vulnerable.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like, oh, you felt this too. So I don't feel as like alone in the world. Yeah. And also like I feel excited to grow. Mm-hmm. You know, those kind of things motivated me, you know, like watching interviews about, you know, anyone talking about where they came from and then like how they got to where they're at.
Yeah.
It motivated me because they went through the same kind of, or different issues, but the same kind of feelings. Yeah. It's human.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the time we look at people that, like, let's say there's people that we look at and we're like, man, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Even if it's like celebrity or like good, like actors or, you know, for me, filmmakers and directors and shit. Yeah. It's like, they were at this point once too. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And like, for me, I always want to rush things and be like, man, why am I not there now? Yeah. You know? Yeah. Which is like, it's a good and bad thing.
It's good because it fuels you.
Yeah, but when you have conversation like with other people about it, then you're like, all right, I can calm down. Yes. You know? The valve. You guys got to keep each other in check. Everyone's got to keep each other in check. Yeah. That's why I love talking to you, dude.
Dude, me too. Me too.
It's hard. Not a lot of people have like people that they can talk to for their like whatever field they're in, you know?
That's again, man, like back in the day you
guys got here. Yeah. If you guys want to talk, we're open. Really,
honest to God, and I mean this, I really mean this.
If you got problems with anything.
For real. Social media is you could literally just send a message to Mike, myself, the podcast, Instagram, whatever you want to do. I'm just down to have a conversation, not even on the podcast. If you don't want to talk about it on the podcast, that's fine. Of course. And if you do want to bring this kind of thing up here, I'm so ready to talk about it with Mike and discuss it on this platform so other people could hear it and feel what you're feeling and have the conversation.
Because there's so many times. How many times in life do you ever feel like, man, why the fuck is like this? Yeah. You know? Yeah. So many times in life where I'm like feeling down, dude. And I'm like, how? Like, I can't be the only fucking one feeling this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if anyone feels like that, man, like, and you don't have anywhere to talk, I know I didn't have a lot of people to talk to about a lot of things I was going through. And like, I would love to like reach out to someone, you know, especially like this, like a nice open environment that like no one's gonna fucking, you know, like it's anonymous. Yeah. You know, like I'm down. Anonymous. I'm down to help. You know.
I totally agree.
It's helping everything.
Well, that's the purpose of this thing, I think, too. I just want to make sure we make a place where like, because dude, it's such a hard topic to talk about because I feel like I've experienced in life people through kind of with my Instagram stuff and like just trying to ask people questions just to talk. Mm-hmm. Just to be open, to be available to people, I think it's such a gift. Yeah. And it's just scary that that people go their whole lives and sometimes choose not to live anymore. And this is fucking going so far right, and I'm sorry, but it's just something I think about sometimes. Because they feel like nobody understands them. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we're so similar. We're all so, when you wipe everything away, man, the color of the skin, the where we come from, the things we were taught, underneath all that, these things we think about and feel are so, I'm telling you, the questions I get on this thing that people respond to.
You get a lot too.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's like they're cousins.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah. They're all so similar. And they're things I feel too. And that's what motivates me to like put it out there for them, to do this. Mm-hmm. I was the kid that was like, I feel alone.
It feels so much better too when, like, especially just from, I respond to your things a couple times too. And like, just like letting out something like that. Something that like you wouldn't normally just say to random people. Yeah. It just feels 10 times better.
Just to let it out.
You know, you let something off, like, out of yourself.
And also to be heard by another human.
And then be accepted and shit.
Yes, like, man. It's okay.
That's how it's got to be.
Yeah, dude. Dude. Okay, so I want to talk about something real quick.
Yeah.
The idea, so shout out to Irina.
Shouts out.
My homie Irina. She brought up with me today, like, this conversation about what it means to be a man, like, in today's society. So this is something that, like, I think is a really important thing to talk about. Because I know I felt like, I'm not a man. I'm not a real man unless like I'm, I look a certain way, unless I'm physically fit. Otherwise, that dude's more of a man, like more alpha than I am. You know what I mean? I'm less than. I'm not vulnerable enough, or I can't be vulnerable because a man's not vulnerable. Mm-hmm. I thought about that a lot, especially growing up the way, I was taught, like, you didn't cry. Mm-hmm. And so like when somebody said to me, like, look me in the eyes and it's okay to feel however you feel, like emotions just came out of me. Mm-hmm. Because I felt like,
Dude, that gets me too, man.
There's
eye contact. I'm really bad at it too. I'm really bad.
But there's fear. I think there's fear. I think it's like, I don't want you to really see who I am or what I feel now. Because I'm afraid like you won't like me anymore. Yeah. And that's like, sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's okay to, as a man, see, like I can tell.
Yeah.
That you
like
were,
that, dude.
See? Because we come from the same kind of environment, I think.
Yeah, it's rough. Like, I had like some recent things like that. Like, someone mentioned that I don't give eye contact, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't even notice. Yeah, like half the time. And I think that's why I'm so reserved too. Yeah, for some reason, I don't want to let out.
A very specific reason. Yeah,
I don't want to let out all the weirdness. Yeah, I'm like the person I am, like right away. Yeah, because
that's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That's one thing I'm still like trying to figure out. I have no clue. Yeah. How to even like handle it.
It's so hard.
It is.
To say like, okay, this is my biggest fear. I'm afraid. I'm really honestly afraid of looking at that because I don't want to cry. Yeah. I'm afraid to be like not accepted by you anymore. I don't want to be alone. Yeah. That's real statements. That's how I feel. Yeah. And it's hard to like express that really without being like the weirdo. You don't want to be left out. You don't want to be like the guy that's.
You don't want to be the emotional kid in the corner.
Yeah, man. But like, I guess because I'm older now, like it's different, and I'm glad I get to do that now.
Definitely, yeah. I think with younger people too, it's like
it's different, man.
I don't want to be that kid.
Yeah,
that lets it all out,
bro. When I was 18, it was like no.
That's what it is. People are afraid of that, and people are afraid of the truth, man. The real feelings, the real emotions deep down that. Everyone's hiding, dude. Yeah. That you're hiding inside, that you want to scream out when you're in bed at night. And, like, people don't want to let it out.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to hear it.
But especially, like, I'm saying, like, as a man. Yeah. Right? We're physically born these men. We're taught, for the most part, it was probably the same. I haven't talked to you about this, to be honest. But, like, I can tell there's a lot of similarities about, like, emotions being reserved. Yeah. Not expressing love as much.
I've only seen my dad cry once.
Yeah. So I've seen it like a handful of times.
And that was when I almost died.
Wow.
When in my last car accident, yeah. I fell asleep at the wheel and yeah.
Wow.
It was that's when I was like, oh, it's I'm not just me.
Yeah.
Like I'm a part of a family. I'm part of like a group of people.
Yeah.
It's not just because I'm very like, fuck, man. I'm in this shit. I'm in this world alone.
Yeah.
You know, I got my family's got my back, but like, what if something happens to me, dude?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What if I literally drive myself into a hole
Yeah.
and die?
Yeah.
And then
You
my
almost
family's
did.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like we're all so close and shit. It's like, why would you throw it all away?
Yeah.
You know?
That's fair to
like,
say.
And like, cause now every time I do something, man, like I think I can't just think about what I want, even though like that's mostly what I do, and I have the freedom to do that.
Yeah.
And they give me that freedom, but now before everything, I have to think like one last thought, like, you know, I gotta either even if it's like giving a call if I'm like staying out later or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That little
Just
thing.
like something, you know.
Sure.
You gotta think a little bit before acting. Because I was very like impulsive, dude.
Yeah.
That's how I am, and I just like go straight into things. You know, I don't think, and yeah, that's one thing I had to work on. I think that's part of trying to be an adult too.
Yeah.
Just I think I'm like transitioning in.
Definitely, man. You're in such a fucking like transformative part of your life.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, I don't know. The thing with like trying to be a man, and like the general idea of a man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's very different now too than it was from when our parents were around, and a lot of kids don't have that same like the way that we're like
That's true.
The way that we think what a man is
Yeah.
from our parents.
Yeah.
Like every family has different things. But definitely like across the board the whole emotional thing I think is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
You know, like reserving things.
Yeah. Because
That's how it's been for time too.
you know that.
And I don't get it. But two disclaimers, like we're two emotional boys.
Yeah.
All right, we're two emotional boys.
I think so. Two emotional boys.
Two emotional boys.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I like it.
You like it, of course,
I
man.
like it, dude.
It's good that like
That's how I am, bro.
feel.
Gotta embrace it.
It's good that you feel. It's a good thing. I'd rather feel than be numb to the world. I feel awful for people that don't feel.
Yeah.
You know. And
that's in our nature, bro. You gotta feel. You gotta feel everything.
We're all
happening.
human, man. And to deny yourself of like what you're really feeling because you're afraid to be made fun of or be less of a man in the group of men, like that's all an idea. And I promise you, if you're like a young boy somehow stumbled on this thing and you're just listening because you're feeling the same way, I promise you that it is okay to feel whatever you're feeling, to feel like you can cry. You can totally. I cry all the time, and I'm still accepted for who I am. I feel like by people that actually care about me instead of people that I tried to hope would care about me. That's the big lesson, I think, is that you can't make everybody love you, and that's okay. It's okay not to be loved by everybody, but to deny yourself of who you are in the hopes of like, gaining some kind of camaraderie as a man, I feel like is a huge detriment. And I think we all most of us go through it at a young age because we're taught to, make friends, go make friends. Yeah. This is what you should be like. And it's okay if you're not. I just want to say that. It's okay if you're not. It's okay if you're different. You're supposed to be.
Yeah. When I think about it, from what you said, also, when you open up and get emotional about something and you are opening up to someone else, that's including that's like getting the other person to get into that zone too. Yeah. Of opening up an emotion. Yeah. And that's why I think people are afraid, because you don't really know if people want to, take that, like, it's not a burden, but it's that that emotion and that because it's a lot. Sometimes it could be a small thing. Yeah. Like a little confrontation, or it could be something really deep and Yeah. You never know. It's a lot to handle. Well, also, and sometimes a lot of people don't have the answers either.
Yes, it's okay not to have the answers.
But I think exactly. That's why the most important thing is, it's just important to get it out.
Yes, yes,
man. And at least, and if the person doesn't accept it, it's like, It sucks, dude.
Dude, your quality of life will go up, though.
Yeah.
It will. You're being able to express a thing will make you feel better in the long run. I guess I'm trying to get my thoughts together on this thing because it's something I really feel like is important.
Yeah.
I've had experiences with people I was so close to, close friends. And our relationship, I didn't realize because we were young and we behaved a certain way with each other was more closed off. Really, it was just like, this is who we are to each other.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang out every day. We're gonna be this way with each other every day.
I had those people too.
Yeah, and we're boys, and that's it. And through a crisis, someone I was so close to, and I didn't realize, I had no idea that he felt this way, but through a crisis, through a real issue happening, something that, an accident happened, like a problem. And he was pouring his heart out after like 15 years, 17 years of knowing the guy.
Yeah.
He's pouring his heart out saying like, I've thought about killing myself. I've thought about ending my life. And to be that close to somebody physically and to miss that is scary, man. I don't want to go through life. I won't go through life anymore that way. And I'll be the first one to cry. You know what I mean? To make sure that whoever's close to me knows that it's safe to feel whatever you feel. Because if he did do something like that, and I imagine like I'd be a mess because I should have known. And I missed it because I wanted to behave a certain way, and he did too, because we thought this is how boys are. Mm-hmm. It's not okay to share.
Yeah.
But is a life worth, looking and sounding a certain way to be accepted? I don't think so.
No. Especially if you're already close. What doesn't make any sense?
It doesn't make sense. I understand it. It does make sense, and I understand it. Yeah. But a life isn't worth that, is what I'm trying to say. No, man.
Of course, for sure.
It's not.
For sure.
It's not, dude. I refuse to let that happen, man. Sorry for being so morbid.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my God, we went down, dude.
But this is real stuff, man. And I want to make sure like we're light and we have fun because we do. But also, this is the thing I talk to you about sometimes. We talk about these kinds of issues, and it's important.
Yes,
it is important.
It is.
So other than that, I'm gonna take a hard right.
Take a hard left.
Okay, so I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. What?
God damn it.
Okay, no, listen. This is real. And if you don't want to talk, we don't talk. I could edit this out. Right? You could edit this out.
You don't edit it, dude.
Well, you can edit it out. I just show up and talk. But for real, okay. You're my friend. You're my little bro.
Whoa.
And I'm not dating anymore. So I don't know what's hip. I don't know how it goes down anymore. I've lost that.
Okay.
So I heard through the grapevine that you've had an experience with a lady friend.
Yeah.
And no disrespect.
All right, I'm gonna give a little disclaimer. I want to tell a little story. I want to open up about something that happened to me. It was a wild past week, 2 weeks. Have you been gone for 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
See, life is a blur, dude.
It goes fast.
I've been just working, dude. I'm really tired. right now.
Yeah.
Before I do this, dude, some funny thing I did coming back from work today. I don't know why. Dude, the weather today, beautiful. It's been like 0 degrees. We're in Jersey. It's been like 0 degrees and like terrible. I've been working outside too every morning. Today was like 60. Dude, I rolled down my windows driving home. Right around.
Is that not the best feeling?
I just like opened my windows and I just started singing. Dude.
Oh, I love it.
I was like, I have a video actually.
You recorded yourself doing it?
I recorded it.
Oh, please.
I sent it to my brother.
Play
it's
that.
Pretty funny.
Play that.
Here, I'll put it up on the.
Let me see this. That is that is how you feel
bro.
when you roll the windows down. Yes,
I felt it, dude.
Is there no better feeling? Woo! I love it. He's on fire, bro.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Right. So, all right, let's get into business. All right.
You just wanted to share that today.
Today was a great day, dude.
Dude, it was.
Honestly, I've been really like busy, like working a lot.
Again,
but I feel good, bro. I feel good.
You feel good now. I could tell before I left you weren't feeling good.
What?
You were just grinding. You're like this. I'm on my grind. Like I hope things work out because
Yeah.
And now it's different.
Yeah, it's different. A lot of things have happened.
Yeah.
So, disclaimer. Through the story, I had an encounter with a lady, and before.
Sorry, man. No. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So
the way you said it was funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be professional.
No, don't be sorry.
I'm trying to be professional.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, so it's a long story, but long story short. So for me right now. You off.
Shout out to Playhouse West Philadelphia.
No, stop, dude. No.
Because my shirt just came in the mail.
Shit, dude.
Shout out to Tony Savant. I love you guys.
Tony
Savant. Go ahead.
Shouts out to no. Okay, so I'm getting a little nervous already talking about it.
It's okay.
But it's okay. All right.
And we don't have to.
I think it's a learning experience.
Okay.
All right. So I encountered this lady that I might have been working with, that just started working for a little bit. And right now for me, with relationships and stuff, I know you're all happy and you're good. You're getting married and all that shit.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that resentment or is that?
No, it's not resentment. It's just you're happy, all right?
You're rolling your eyes and you're like, you're at least.
No. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks.
I love you guys.
Thanks.
But right now I've had a couple past relationships. Honestly, not too good.
Fair.
Honestly, I have not been happy. I don't think in all my relationships. I haven't really had what I wanted. And I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I decided that I just don't want to. I've always been like back-to-back relationship. I don't know about you.
I've
always just been back-to-back, one after the other.
Sure.
No really like break.
Sure.
And like I've finally been like, all right, I want to chill.
Yeah.
You know? I just want to take time. I want to work on this stuff. I want to do this. I want to keep talking about important things, growing, not really have my mind clouded.
Yeah.
Because that's how I get in a relationship.
Yeah.
I go full 100%.
Yeah.
It's taxing.
Yeah.
On me and everyone around me.
Dude, that's fair.
It's not good.
Sure.
So going from that, so at work, my one coworker asked me to go get a drink after work. All right, and this coworker basically like started working like a couple weeks before, and we were cool. And like it's like she was a little bit older, and she's kind of she's hustling and grinding too.
Yeah.
You know, like doing her own shit.
People.
Yeah. So like we connected pretty fast. You know, very mature. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Just go chill after work. So a couple drinks going down, talking, good conversation for like 2 hours, right?
Wow.
You know, we're talking about like similar to what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
You know, like just like important stuff.
Yeah.
You know, time goes by, kind of ready to, you know, we're just chilling. We're not really getting drinks
What are we
anymore.
gonna do? Moment is happening.
Honestly, for me, dude, like, I think it's just a misunderstanding, bro.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I honestly, like, because I talked about everything, like, how I'm, like, chilling and I'm not really doing, like, relationship stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm, like, I'm smooth sailing and by myself forever, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just a lone soul on this planet.
You're just swimming, bro.
I'm swimming. And it gets to a point where we start getting into more relationship stuff.
Yeah.
And it starts getting a little dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
real stuff starts coming up.
Yeah, so this chick is saying, she's like, I mentioned myself, I'm like, yeah, I've been like not really that happy with my relationships, you know, blah blah blah.
Did you know at that point that like
I honestly like I felt something?
Yeah.
But like I still felt like we were just chilling, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
There was no party that was like, this is
not really.
She's maybe leaning.
I didn't. Dude,
you had no.
Honestly, I did not feel like Like right now, that's the last thing I'm thinking. Like someone's like, "Damn, Mike, what up?
Yeah,
Man? I'm trying to get into."
That's fair, man. Sure.
Yeah. So like, I'm just talking, you know, and she just, we get into the relationship talk. Starts talking about how the past guys she's been with were like drug addicts.
Oh fuck.
And like,
are we allowed to say that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not. That happens, dude. It's life.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Is it? No.
We can edit it if you feel great after. You can.
This might be a cut or not.
This may be a cut.
Because I don't know what we can or can't say. But basically,
no disrespect, and also this is anonymous. Nobody knows who we're talking about.
No one does.
Okay. That's fine then.
Should we restart the story maybe?
No.
Should I make it more vague?
No. I think
I feel like I should, right? I shouldn't say this happened.
We should delete this whole thing. Let's start over from the beginning.
All right. We're going to end it in 5 seconds right here. Bro, I was approached
No, stop.
in the bar, dude, and she wanted to smooch. She wanted to make out, dude.
No.
In the bar, bro, and I did not want to do it, dude.
Well, listen.
I shut it down. And honestly, dude, I feel like anyone else would not have shut it down.
Dude, it's again being
But
why?
like, dude,
Why do you
I
say
don't
that?
know why I did that. It's weird.
No, it's not weird. It's not weird. Why? Go through why? Like, cause clear it up. If there's a misunderstanding, like clear it up.
So I think.
Where were you coming from?
I mean, I'm coming from. I'm just there. Like
Have-
I've gone with a bunch of
a few drinks with coworkers.
Yeah,
it's
after
happened
work
before.
and talk.
Yeah.
But then it got to the point where the other person's interested in
Yeah.
and wants to go further,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like, I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah.
And then I'm in that weird situation where I never really been in it before, where it's like the other side wants this side.
You've never been in that situation?
No, dude.
Whoa.
Well, actually not.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's not true, but
like,
it's not in this way.
Okay.
This is like more of like a mature, like,
It's mature,
I'm taking
forward
that shit.
Whoa.
Which I was like, wait, what?
You were like,
I was
was
like,
there
wait, what?
Did Dude, this is so real. This is so real.
Yeah, sure. Dude.
Did you? Was there like a fear that came over you? Like
Yeah.
It was like,
You know
I'm
what?
not ready to do this just about yet.
Honestly, dude, I'm still like, in my mind, the first thing I thought, I just thought about my past relationship. I was like, what? And like, I don't know. In my mind, I don't know what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Still, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. You're still
You know?
figuring it out.
And like for me, like I know like in this culture and shit, it's very like there's not a lot of people like the way I am.
Right.
In a way, like, maybe how you are too.
Yeah.
Like more like serious. Not really like I don't like fucking around. You know?
Yeah.
I like having fun. I like going out.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm not there to like hook up and be like yeah,
And then
but
bounce.
like yeah, and bounce, dude. I'm very
You
like,
care about people.
I'm an emotional dude.
Yeah. You care.
right?
You
I
care about the person.
If I'm doing something, I'm doing it because I'm interested.
Yeah.
For more than just like a night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And I felt like that's the vibe I was getting from the other person.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, I don't know how to like get out of this. Because I was just like, and like it came out of nowhere, dude.
There's nothing. Yeah.
I was
know.
like, wait, what do I do?
That's just a rough circumstance.
And I drove, dude.
Oh no. Dude, you didn't tell me that. Oh man.
I drove, dude. So basically, I shut this girl down in the middle of the bar, and then she got pissed.
She was angry.
Yeah.
Ah.
And like I paid the bill up.
No.
I paid, you know what?
That's nice.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay.
Why did she get angry? Rejection.
Well, probably yeah, from the rejection, dude.
Well, you weren't like, no, not happening.
No. I was like, nah, I'm good.
But you were like, just like that.
I didn't get. Yeah, I was very like playful, blah blah. Like,
But okay, so it was a misunderstanding. You didn't get a chance to explain yourself, and she didn't get a chance to explain herself.
I guess she thought that I was into it too. You
Right?
know?
Of
Like,
course.
Which I wasn't, which is the awkward part.
Yeah. No, it's not
weird. But then,
dude,
all right. But then
you like who you
we
like.
get up, right? She's like, all right, let's go. Kind of angry. So I'm like, oh fuck, like what do I do, dude? Keep in mind, I got like a drink or two in me.
Yeah, of course.
So there's like a little area in the bar in the entrance that's like just a room.
Yeah.
2 doors.
Yeah.
And all right, we make out for a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
And
So-
it's just like thrown on.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll try.
You're cool with
whatever.
that. Yeah,
Like,
give
'cause
it a
I was
try.
like, I'm not.
You might be
I
surprised.
don't know. Yeah, maybe this is what I want to do.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And like halfway through, I kind of just didn't want to. And then I was like, well, now I'm in a bigger hole of getting out of this.
You're like calling her an Uber?
And dude, the craziest part though is like she was aggressive. Bro, I got scratched up.
No way.
On my chest, dude.
No way.
Yeah. And I got a hickey right here.
No way, dude.
And I worked her for the next day.
You worked with her the next day?
It was, I don't know. I don't know what happened, man.
What happened, dude?
You left and then everything went downhill, bro. I don't know what happened. Fuck. I feel weird.
No, it's not weird, but like, it's always gonna be weird when like there's like rejection and like misunderstanding about when someone likes you and you don't like them back the same way. That's weird. It's gonna be a weird circumstance. You're not weird for feeling that way.
I didn't know what to do, dude. To be honest, I just didn't know what to do.
And like, okay, I have so many questions.
Ask away, dude, because I don't know.
So, you drive home. You drive her home.
Mm-hmm.
You end the night by saying,
I drive her back. Yeah.
How does that go? Have a good night.
Kind of just.
Sorry?
Yeah.
It was like an apology?
So...
Because you don't want to hurt feelings.
So we get back to...
She's a good person. Yeah.
Keep in mind, another thing. It was 0 degrees. Yo. And, all right, so we get back to her car. And then...
Sorry.
She kind of pulls me towards and we start like making out a little more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I was like...
She didn't give up.
While I'm like... like shivering, dude. It's cold as hell.
So you're scared? You're cold?
I'm scared, cold, and very confused.
Yeah. He's just a little boy.
I honestly don't know. I was so like
that's aggressive,
out of my element.
And no disrespect.
It felt a little aggressive.
On your side of things, I'm thinking. On her side of things, she just liked you.
Yeah.
And she was just attempting to be with you.
Yeah. Which honestly, I feel like if it was anyone else but me, would have went great.
Oh, for sure. Dude, there's guys I know that would be great.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. But you're not built that way. I'm not built that way either.
I'm not built that way, dude. I think that's what it is, and I'm sorry to you if you're a listener. I'm very sorry. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you just said before.
100%, I fully respect.
Of course.
I fully respect her, and it's like, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I was caught off guard.
She's a cool person.
Yeah.
She's a great person.
Cool, strong,
yeah,
independent woman.
But I think
I respect you.
Different part in your life. If you're let's say your past relationship ended more like amicably and like things were just different.
Yeah. I'm just not
You'd be in a different headspace.
Yeah, I'm just not in a position, you know?
Yeah. That's fair, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Not in a good spot.
It's okay, dude. It's okay not to be okay. Yeah. And you said sorry, and that's really kind. So good for you, man. But like, so now with this person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I worked it for the next day, and it was
just kind of quiet.
Honestly, we're fine.
You're good.
It was a little quiet, but then it was kind of still like, all right, we're working.
Yeah.
Which was like kind of handled like adults, you know? Like, all right, whatever happened, still gotta work, you know?
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna change the way I act during when I'm working. But yeah, it was a little awkward, a little weird. I didn't bring anything up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I mean she was like her last week.
Word.
So she left after, and I don't know, I haven't really talked to her.
Got you. But you're okay with it?
Yeah, I'm good. I just feel bad.
No, it's fine. Dude, you're a good guy.
I feel bad.
You feel bad.
I feel bad.
That's okay. She's going to be okay.
Yeah, true.
You know, she's a good person. She's going to find somebody.
She's strong. She should be fine.
Good for you for,
figure it out.
Sticking to your guns, man. It's okay.
Stick to anything, dude. That's all over the place.
It's okay. But like you could have, let's say like you folded and you were like, I'm just going to be with this person for the night and just, take it as far as I can.
I don't know why that's just so scary for me.
Dude, it's okay.
I was so scared of that.
About sleeping with her.
Yeah.
If it went there. Yeah. I'm not saying I was gonna. That's what you're that's the most vulnerable you could be.
It's cold.
I try to go back in my car and go home.
It's so cold.
Dude, you were wounded. You were like scared, cold.
Yo, I get home, I go to the bathroom, take off my shirt, turn on the light.
Scratched up.
Bro, I'm like bleeding. I was bleeding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? I have a hickey. And now I'm walking around in scarves.
Whoa.
And turtlenecks.
Sorry, bro.
Don't laugh.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you, bro.
No, it's all cool.
Thanks for sharing that story, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah, I hope you guys...
Oh, if you have advice for Mikey.
Yeah, if you have advice for a young boy that doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm trying to give advice, but like, I'm not the best person to talk to about it. But it's okay.
If anyone can steer me.
That'd be nice.
Need a guru.
I have this question I wanted to ask you. Somebody asked me this in Italy.
In Italy?
Yes. And
like a street goer?
No. Somebody in my cast when we were in Italy.
So they're not from Italy?
No, Brendan. My homie Brendan. No, they're not from Italy. I was in Italy when he told me.
Okay. Never mind.
What's your problem?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the question is...
right.
Sorry, 1 second. I had it here. Okay, so you got to fill in the blank, okay? So it's, I'll have made it when blank, and you fill that in. So when will you be fulfilled is basically what I'm asking you. I'll have made it when...
The first thing that came to head is so stupid.
You can say
I have a little story about it, though. So
okay.
I don't know why the first thing... I'll have made it when I'm on the cover of GQ magazine.
Whoa. Okay. Mikey up on GQ. I can see it.
So at my first job, I worked at a restaurant in a retirement home.
Whoa.
And I was like 16, dude, 17.
Yeah.
Carrying trays, bro, killing it.
You just kill it everywhere you go.
Yeah, dude, killing it. Except for with girls, dude. No. So there was this one lady. You know, there's like older people that work at retirement homes and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's this one lady. Her name was Carmen, and she's like this older like black lady. She's so nice. She's such a nice lady. I loved her. She's great. But my brother also worked there too. So we worked there together for a little bit, and then he left, and then I kind of took over. And like I don't know why, but for my brother too. When I work at like jobs, I usually like it's either like I'm top sales or like I'm top like like I work hard.
You are the hardest worker I know.
Yeah, and there was kind of like a lot younger kids too, like even like 14, 15.
Yeah,
and they're like just did nothing, dude.
Yeah.
So I would pick up a lot of slack and stuff, and everyone thought of me as like the guy that, like he does shit.
Yeah.
And this lady like, she kind of like recognized that too, and she was like, and every time like I remember I was gonna leave, because I was quitting the job, and she was like Michael, next time I see you, you better be on the cover of GQ magazine because you're so handsome.
Whoa.
And I was like, what? Whoa. And I was like, you know what? That's gonna be my one goal.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
GQ magazine.
And I recently picked up a issue of GQ.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean on the cover.
Hey.
And my boy, I turned the page, ad for my boy Ansel Elgort.
Hey.
I was like, what?
Shout out Ansel Elgort. Shout out Ansel Elgort. Shout out Fault in Your Stars.
Frank Ocean.
Shout out Frank Ocean.
Thinking about you.
So GQ magazine.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that came to mind.
Right on.
I feel like I'm gonna keep it. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, leave it.
What about you?
I love it. I think so. Okay. There's so many things, but I think a truth I feel when I'm asked this question, like the first thing that like comes to my head is like, I feel, and this could be totally wrong, and I could be sounding like an asshole. I'm sorry if I do, but I feel like I have made it in my own right. I feel like, for real, there's things I want.
Yeah.
There's things I really want.
Yeah.
But
I mean, essentially, you're doing what you want to do.
If this is as far as I go, if I die tomorrow, I'll have been fulfilled. The only thing I could think of that I wouldn't have had that I would be remiss to like not have is to be a dad. That's the thing that would like I'd be up there hopefully and be kind of upset.
That's definitely one thing I would be upset about, dude.
Yeah.
It'd be,
that's a tough one.
Dude.
That's a tough one.
That's one too. And
you know what's funny is that like that's part. So this brings me back to what your friend said before.
Yeah.
About like our only purpose is to produce, to reproduce.
Yeah.
That's like our innate purpose.
Yeah.
That's why we're all driven to like do that.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was the different one. I don't think we talked about it.
Oh,
but
okay.
My other friend.
Let's talk about that.
I'll just bring it up.
Yeah, read it real quick.
But he basically was like the opposite of that, like kind of. It's like the opposite of the more, like philosophical thing. It was kind of just more direct.
Yeah.
Where is it? God damn it.
Okay.
Basically, I stop.
You do it?
All right. He said, "I think our limits are defined by our primal nature. Being a mother/father and raising a family, furthering our species, is our only purpose.
Only purpose.
We can only go as far as our code that lets us. We can only go as far as our code as our code lets us.
As our code lets us. Okay.
And the code doesn't care about whatever it is." Which I thought that was when he said that, I was like, that's super interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Because like with I've heard of like codes and stuff, is because that's more of like a very technical kind of term for it.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's over my head.
So it's interesting to look at it at a technical point like that,
right?
Instead of philosophical, because it makes more sense being more philosophical about it.
Yeah.
But when you think about it in like a more like
hardwired kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, all right, so like that's the purpose of like mankind, obviously to survive, which is reproducing and that.
Yeah.
But like we all have sets of codes that are just like things that keep us, it kind of like aids us in that, like basically in that survival.
For sure.
Because obviously you can't just like fucking reproduce and that's it. Mm-hmm. There's other things, and those are those codes, and like whatever that is, that doesn't matter. So there's that's why it could be anything. It could be acting. It could be, he likes like graffiti and stuff.
Right.
It's like,
shout out.
He's like, whether it's graffiti. Shout out to my boy.
What's his name?
It's like his Instagram's so funny. I don't know what it means. It's worth saying it though. Pickup truck drifter.
Pickup truck drifter. Shout out to pickup truck drifter.
My boy Jared. But yeah, I think that makes sense to me.
It makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think?
I understand.
So you don't.
No. And then again, like I'm coming. I think I'm coming from a different school of thought, and that's just where I fit in.
No, of course.
As a person, but I totally see what you're talking about. I think for sure, I'd be lying if I'm like I'm not hardwired to reproduce.
Yeah.
I'd be going against who I am too, but
I think what you're getting is like it's weird to think of it as like that's the sole purpose.
For sure. That's exactly
because that's like something that happens like eventually.
Yeah.
For most people.
Or it doesn't.
But it's not like something you're like, that's what I'm going towards. That's the goal.
Yeah. I think that's something I want innately. And I
think instinctually maybe that's true.
For sure. I definitely. Why do I want to be a father so bad? I can't, put a reasoning on like seeing my baby in my hands. I just know that's something I want.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen and felt too much in moments that are like fleeting to say that's the only reason. So I think that's why I feel so fulfilled, in life.
Yeah.
Totally. My purpose is kind of sharing, I feel like, through storytelling, through acting. I feel like my purpose, but also like I've seen too much. I felt too much to just say that like if you wipe it all away, this is the only reason. I don't agree, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scientifically wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm okay being wrong. It just I'm telling you how I feel. I guess.
Yeah. No, that's.
I'm only looking through these eyes, so I don't.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from too. I get where both of you guys are coming from. I think it's interesting because your thing of like I already made it is very like it's detached from like kind of like society.
And what's made it?
Yeah,
it's your own.
I don't know. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah,
you're fulfilled when. It's detached from society. You're saying.
Yeah, because it's when I think about it now, once you said that, it's like I can't like say that I'm not happy or proud of what I've done already.
For sure. For sure.
Because like. But also, do you think it's okay for you to say like you're fulfilled and you don't want to do more?
That's not. I want so much more.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to say is like, and I think it's where I come from and the way I was raised is like, I just never believed I'd do anything. Mm-hmm. I just believed I was like trash.
Okay. No, that definitely makes sense then.
So to have
for me, it's like always been like, I know I'm gonna fucking do some shit, you know, and like I'm not gonna rest probably forever.
Yeah.
Until probably getting GQ would not matter that much to me at that point. You know what I mean?
But then it'd be the next thing. Yeah. That's how I am now.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like with work stuff, with you know, acting, filmmaking, all that stuff. Yeah. I won't stop. Mm-hmm. The next thing is always like I do the Rose Garden. I'm fulfilled. I feel so proud. It's the first time I felt proud in something I did. But then like a few months later, I'm like, okay, now what? Next thing, next thing, and it's always going to be that. Yep. I could have done this better, so the next thing I'm going to do better. It's that I never want to stop learning and growing, but I guess I'm talking about if it ended today. If I look back and I said like, this is where you came from. This is what I thought I'd be. This is all I have now. I have so much. Yeah. I have bountiful love put upon me, more so than I ever thought in my life. People love me for who I am. I have people I could share with and express what we were talking about before. Yeah. I don't feel alone anymore.
Yeah, everything you like want.
Yeah, I'm able to, even if it's the scale is not, you know, I'm not in Hollywood. I'm not like being paid millions of dollars to shoot a film. I still get to tell stories for a living on my own respect, and I do it with the people I love, and be loved by another human being that wants to be with me the rest of their life. Have friends like you where I could just share. I have everything I hoped for and things I never even imagined I'd have. So when someone said to me like, when will you have made it? That's what I think right away about is like, this is who you were. Look what you got now. You kind of did. I want so much more. Yeah. And I don't know if that's the ego or what that is. No. I know I just want to share more. I want the platform to be bigger so that I can tell a story to more people.
Essentially, you're at what you wanted.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it's just doing that same thing.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. It's good for you.
I thought it was a good question to ask you though, because
definitely if I died tomorrow, I would be like, the fuck, bro? I got nothing, dude.
Yeah?
I didn't do anything.
No, bro. Yeah. For real. That's okay. That's okay to feel that way.
Definitely.
There's things you need to get done.
I need to do a lot more.
Yeah. I feel a need. I feel a real need that like if I don't do this next thing,
gotta make a film, dude.
I'm gonna have missed it.
Gotta make a feature,
bro.
The
wheels are spinning.
Gotta drop an album, bro.
The wheels are that's coming too. Mixtape. He's gonna drop an album.
Drop a SoundCloud.
Mixtape. Yeah. Your SoundCloud rapper, man.
No, dude.
That's exciting.
It's not really.
Bro, I had one more thing I wanted to bring up. Is that okay? What time are we at?
Oh damn.
What time are we at? 1:13. Okay. This will be the thing we close on.
Last thing. We'll close on.
Okay. It's my homie Sam, Samantha, Melina. She asked this question to me, and I thought it was really cool. Why the hell do we love to be stuck instead of keep going career-wise? And in other situations, but why do we choose to not better ourselves instead of bettering ourselves, is what she's saying. Stuck. So do you think, because I know I've done this before, and I know I have a lot of friends that like we talk about, there's days where I don't believe in myself. I talk to myself in a way that's really negative, and I know the answer. I know how to get out of this thing. I know what I have to do, but I don't take the steps to do it. I don't better myself. Why? I have an answer, but I want to hear your answer. Why would you? Why? Because you're so detached from that. You are so on the other side of that. I feel like
really?
Yes. Because you put your head down even if you feel that way, and you get to work.
Yeah.
So you never just lay up in bed and you're like, I'm not gonna do it. I know what I need to do. I'm not gonna do it. You'll always do it.
If there's something I need to do,
you're gonna do it.
Then I'm gonna do it. But if it's something that's like, let's say, I want to get better with music.
Yeah.
You know, and if I spend like an hour or something doing something, like doing it like at night.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, nah, I'd rather just chill, dude. I'm tired. I worked all day. You know.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
What is it? Why? Why do you think everyone kind of feels that way? Like, doesn't act on the thing that they know will better themselves, and they keep making the same mistakes, or keep holding themselves
lazy,
back.
dude.
Do you think it is? That's what it is.
Might
Like,
be,
yeah,
dude.
It could be.
Sometimes I'm lazy, or I'm just tired. Like sometimes it's valid for people. Just sometimes your body just shuts down, dude, and that's your body telling you like
Rest.
You can't do it. But then there's people that keep putting shit off, you know, and keep like not. You know, you got to balance it.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to take a break sometime.
For sure.
You know,
sure.
Like for me, I need to balance when I take a break. That's honestly the reason why I almost got in an accident and died, dude. Like I literally did not stop. I was in school working and trying to manage like having a social life and a girlfriend, and it's like I just ended up I couldn't do it, dude. Yeah. I really couldn't. Like my body fell asleep, shut down.
Yeah,
and I almost died because of it. So I think it's a balance you just got to figure out. And if there's things that you want to do and you know that those are the things that are going to make you happy in the end, then it's up to you, man. And like you can't, eventually you're going to either end up as one of those families where ended up in that the dad that's just talking about, man, I wish I did this 50 years ago, you know? And I wish I stuck to my passion and did that. I remember I used to play the guitar all the time.
That's my biggest fear.
You're either going to end up like that or you're going to put in that work, you know, as long as it matters, as long as it takes.
Yeah.
And you can't really, you know, there's no other sugar-coated answer that I can give.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it works.
That's good advice, man.
Yeah.
Solid advice.
It's just direct, you know, like there's no workaround.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to find a shortcut. I ain't finding no shortcut.
There's no shortcut.
Same thing I think about is like for me, dude, it's like going to the gym. I try to do that, like balance that too if I'm working.
Yeah.
And when I was going to school too, it's like I can't do it. Like this past month I had to cancel my gym membership because I literally didn't go one day.
Wow.
Because it was.
You just had no time.
I didn't have time. I worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
You got to find your own balance,
dude. I'm on my feet all day.
Yeah.
Working and like lifting heavy shit and like moving heavy shit.
Yeah.
It's like I can't do it.
Yeah.
And like I held on to it for the whole month. I was like, if I go a month without going, like I'm paying for this.
Yeah.
Like I cannot do this thing.
That's fair, man.
You know, it's just the same thing. It's like if you're not gonna make the time to do it when you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Then like the gym was right next to my job.
Yeah.
You know? It was right next to me, dude.
Yeah.
I could have went. I didn't go.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go.
You couldn't do it.
And sometimes you gotta accept it and move on, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. And I agree. My answer for Sam would be, I think that I can only speak for myself, but like I think that the reasons why I hold myself back or held myself back in the past is out of fear of I thought, and sometimes I think that I'm not good enough and I can't accomplish the thing that I see in my mind like I want. And so you have this goal you want to attain. You know what it looks like. It's very vivid and you want it more than anything, but you lay in bed because you're afraid to get up and fail. That's what I think. I think there's a lot of fear and being of reaching out and not making it and missing. Mm-hmm. But every time that I've ever reached out in fear and still acted through fear, I've either fallen on my face or I've succeeded. But the times I've fallen on my face, I've grown from every time, in a substantial way, in a way that you can't plan for. You will grow from missing. You will grow from acting through the fear, and you'll grow from missing and growing from that experience. Mm-hmm. You will. It's not like the end of your life. And fearing failure, fearing not being good enough, it's a black hole, man. And you can stay there your whole life You can really, honestly, not try because of fear of failing. So that's scary. And I know you personally. I know what you're capable of, and I know that's not the case. It's not the case for anybody. But I know with you, I know you, and that's not the case. So my advice would be, we got to get inspired. We got to fill the tank, right? So we have to go watch A Star Is Born, which is probably your favorite movie, and read some poetry like I do, or read a book. Watch something that gets you inspired. Listen to somebody who inspires you. Say something about it, like you just did. I think this is going to inspire you. Yeah, man. So I think that's my advice for people who feel how Sam feels, and how I feel sometimes. All right, quick current event, quick, and then one more thing.
Well, add to that though. I think,
oh, sorry.
It's interesting because that like pertains to how you are, too. You know. The reason for my answer is like, I think from what your thing was, for like in the past, you didn't have the confidence.
For sure.
And for the longest, like, I don't know why I've had this like overconfidence.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
That's great.
That I don't really like. I don't know why I always know that like if I do something, I'm gonna do it to my fullest ability.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to put something out as like not 100% that I tried. You know.
Yep.
I never want to go halfway and not like, oh, just whatever, I don't care. So I think that's the reason for my answer. Yours is a lot more better, a lot deeper and better.
No, it's not better.
Not better, but it's like
it's just my
it's
side
more
of
impactful. I
the
think,
street.
you know. Yeah, for sure. And that was dope. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
Thanks, bro.
What were you gonna say?
Current event, quick one.
I'm bringing it in.
I'm pretty heartbroken. Markel. So do you know the Markel factory? I'm from Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Shout out to Elmwood Park, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And it burned down. And it was nuts to be, in Italy and getting messages like, looking at the sign, like the whole thing was on fire. And that place, I'm a kid, and like you see the sign, and you're like, oh, I'm home.
I always see the sign, dude.
Yeah,
me too.
When I saw the sign, I was like, I was home.
When I heard the Mark Alpha, I was like, wait, what? Like, I've seen.
It's an important thing if you're from Elmwood Park. Yeah. It's an important.
I always see it.
You always see it.
You always see the sign.
Yeah,
dude.
it's a big red sign. It says Markel. It's a paper factory, and it caught fire and burnt. They just let it burn to the ground because they couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
And I drove past it literally out of the airport to get home. I'm passing the factory, and it's so weird to see like things that were like there's this big strong structure, and it was there my entire life. Yeah. And lives of like my parents, it was there, and like my grandparents, it was there. It was just like a staple. It's a dumb thing, but it's also like a landmark. It's like I'm home when I see this, and to pass it and see like it's destroyed. It reminds me of like how finite and how fleeting everything is. You there's nothing that's permanent. I'm so effed up philosophically. Like, there's nothing that's permanent, I'll say. But there's things that I've experienced in life. Like a fleeting moment. I'm going to get so philosophical. Quick. Okay. A fleeting moment. Like, right? Like, this is going to end. This camera's going to turn off. These are going to turn off. And it's over. We're never going to go back here for this episode of the podcast. Yeah. It's done. But I believe in a moment there's like an infinite experience that's shared that goes on forever somewhere. I don't know what that means, but like I've experienced it when I take in another person. I don't know how to describe it. You know what I'm saying? There's kind of like an infinite feeling to this moment right now that we're having right now, this very second. Yeah. It feels like it's forever, and it's frozen in time right now. Yeah, but it's gone at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Is that not nuts? I'm crazy, but like I think about that. I believe that some things last forever. I'm saying, but I can't explain why or how. Yeah.
Even though how you feel? Is that how you feel about the building?
Yeah, because I have my memories with it, and I have.
It's like the thing for me is like whenever I think about it, it's like I guess that moment is like kind of just like a memory for me. Yeah. Which is just being Like I don't know why I just picture like just driving by it.
Yeah.
That's all I picture.
And that's fine. That's what it is to you. Dude. Yeah. That's your experience.
It's messed up though. It's like, why is the paper building gotta burn down?
Dude, I mean, if you light a match in that place,
it's like what?
Apparently a furnace blew up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So shout out to the Markel factory. I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Did anyone get hurt or anything?
I don't know, man. I haven't read up on.
Did, man. Hope everyone's safe.
It was a serious fire. Oh, shout out to the first responders because they really. It was a five alarm fire, and I think a lot of towns around came to deal with the fire and make sure everyone's okay. So, kudos to you guys.
I think just the chimneys are still left, and that's it.
Yeah. There's nothing. It's like brick chimneys that are left. Last thing, I promised Dana. This person messaged me, Dana, and she said she wanted to talk about cheese on the podcast. So, how do you feel about cheese? Bro, last thing, we're close.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. You're speaking my language.
Okay. What's up?
I like a good cheese, man. I want to bring it back. There's a place you might have been to it, but it's actually in.
Are we talking about cheese?
Yeah, we're talking about cheese.
Oh wow!
It's like a cheese farm basically, but it closed down. It's called Bottle Link.
Where?
It was around here.
No, I never heard of
West
this.
Milford.
You went?
I used to go with my family all the time, man. It's just like fresh cheese. It's so good, man.
It's
like
an addiction.
Do you like fine cheese?
Yes, man.
Dude,
in Italy,
plate?
I was.
I bet, man. What'd you have?
Dude, pecorino.
You had a châteaunerie?
I don't know what that is. I had smoked like whatever. I don't even know what it's called. Like started with an S. It was, I don't know, bro. It was pecorino and everything.
Yep.
Oh, is a bechamel like a
It's
cream?
a sauce.
Isn't cheese in there too?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It's like a cheese sauce.
So good. So good. Yeah, cheese, 2 thumbs up.
Cheese is dope.
Yeah, thank God for cheese, man. Yeah. Okay. I think we reached the end of this podcast, dude. We're running fucking.
Yeah, but this one's got a little long. Guys, it got deep.
It got deep.
It got weird. It got scary. It got philosophical. Thanks for tuning in. This is the You Are Here podcast.
Again, if you want to ask any questions.
We love, honestly, so happy to take everyone's questions from last week.
Yeah.
If you want to ask anything, every week, I'm going to put on every week on the Instagram, either questions or a poll. You can answer there. You Are Here podcast.
Go follow it.
Instagram, leave a comment on YouTube.
Yep.
We have an email, youarehere.pc@gmail.com. Anything you want to talk about, if you guys want to have us talk about something, just let us know. Hopefully next week we get on Spotify, we get on Apple, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Google Podcast, just all platforms. That's like my goal right now.
Yeah. So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, but we're gonna see.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen next week. All right. Guys,
I'll edit this podcast. I'll make sure we're cleaned up on the sound and the
dude.
clipping. I'm gonna make sure things are parameters are set, and
I'll watch you do that because I'm gonna be doing it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This is Mike,
and this is Dave, and I love y'all, man. I love y'all. That's all I wanted. I just wanted. You got to do your sound up.
This is Mike. I'm signing out.
And this is Dave, and I love y'all.
I love y'all too.
Don't.
Goodbye.